Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Brickstar Life. In this episode, I will be walking you through the different LEGO avatars of the Slave One, from the tiny version from an advent calendar to the massive UCS version, and through the ages. Let's dig right into it. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the different avatars of the LEGO Slave One, I would like to share some interesting facts related to this ship. Did you know why this ship was named the Slave One? Well, that's because Jango Fett was captured during the Battle of Galedron, and he was later sold as a slave. However, he managed to escape on a Firespray 31 starfighter. Hence, he named it the Slave One, because he experienced slavery. Later on, after Jango Fett passed away, Bobba Fett inherited the ship Slave One. Also, did you know that Disney has decided to drop the name Slave One and replace it with Boba Fett Starship? Well, in my personal opinion, I think the new name is kind of boring, because Slave One was a standout name. To start with the first version of the LEGO Slave One, we have the tiny advent calendar version. This version perfectly replicates the original LEGO Slave One released in the year 2000, and I say so because this ship has very squarish contours compared to the more sleeker lines in the more recent releases of the LEGO Slave One. And the color scheme of the advent calendar version perfectly represents the color scheme of the original LEGO Slave One, which is coming up next. Next, my friends, we have the original LEGO Slave One, released in the year 2000. Its design can be appreciated back in the day, but compared to today's more sleeker and smoother designs of the LEGO Slave One, this ship is outdated and it looks very chunky and blocky. I mean, it looks like it flew straight out of Minecraft. In terms of the construction of this set is made up of pretty basic LEGO elements, except for the cockpit canopy, and this cockpit canopy is unique to only this set. And I say this because when you open the cockpit canopy, it splits into two. And this cockpit canopy was never seen again in any other LEGO variant of the Slave One. Next, we have the much larger minifigure scale version of the LEGO Slave One, and this set was released in the year 2010. It immediately becomes apparent that this set has very smooth lines, and it perfectly represents the Slave One as we know it from the Star Wars franchise. Moving on to a quick tour of this ship, let's look at the cannons. There are two cannons mounted on either side at the bottom of this ship, and they perfectly represent the cannons on the Slave One seen throughout the Star Wars franchise, whereas on the original LEGO Slave One released in the year 2000, there are single cannons on either side. Moving on to the wings of this ship, they can rotate a full 360 degrees and they are very poseable. And I'm not sure if you noticed this really cool and small detail, there is a sticker at this side of the cockpit, and it has a Mandalorian mythosaur symbol printed on it. I think it's really cool. Moving on to the rear end of this ship, it does not disappoint in the level of detail. There are 8 boosters all together at the back, and the whole structure is very well built and it is detailed. Next, my friends, we have the big brother of all of the LEGO Slave 1s, which is none other than the UCS Slave 1. This set was released in the year 2015, and it is a given that since this set is a UCS set, it has immaculate details and color scheme. For example, let's take a look at the turrets at the bottom of this ship. The really cool thing about these turrets is that if you move one of the turrets at either side of this ship, both of the turrets move at the same time. And it is the same thing with the wings, but the wings can shift from both landing mode to flight mode. And just like any other variant of the LEGO Slave 1, the cockpit canopy of this set is unique to only this set. Now let's take a look at the rear of this ship. Moving onto the rear side of this ship, it does not disappoint in detail. There are these really cool blue boosters lined up at the back, and as a matter of fact, this is the only LEGO version of the Slave 1 that has blue boosters, and all the other versions have orange boosters instead of blue ones. There is greebling at the back of this ship, and it adds to the ship's intricate detail. This feature is not to be missed because there are transparent bricks stacked up throughout the circumference of the back of this ship, and they create a mind-blowing illusion. And that is when, if you take this ship off its stand and place it horizontally on the ground, the illusion is that the ship looks like it's hovering above the ground. Next, we have the more recent release of the LEGO Slave 1, which Disney has decided to rename as Bobba Fett Starship. Anyway, this set was released in the year 2021, and it is a great play-scale ship with decent details and an accurate color scheme. Although the cockpit canopy isn't nearly as interesting. I mean, it's another one of those bricks that LEGO has decided to use, and it comes from windshields on cars and planes and whatnot. The rear end of this ship includes a really awesome function, and that is a fold-out carry handle. In fact, I have been presenting this ship holding it with this carry handle. This set also comes with a really cool docking stand, and this docking stand also doubles as a ladder that leads into this ship. This ship looks really cool when it's displayed at such an angle with the docking stand. Comparing the original LEGO Slave 1 with its rebooted version, the original LEGO Slave 1 is more blockier in its appearance, and it does not represent the colors of the Slave 1 accurately, whereas its rebooted version represents the colors accurately, and it has a finish to its finish. Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed the walkthrough of the avatars of the LEGO Slave 1, and I trust that the information I provided on why the Slave 1 is called Slave 1 was useful. What are your thoughts on Disney renaming the legendary Slave 1 to Bobba Fett Starship? I think the new name is really boring, and I hope you do too. Please leave your comments on how you like this video, and if you prefer Slave 1 better or Bobba Fett Starship. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like icon, share my videos, and click that bell icon. See you in my next video.